Hey, I'm Seb, and I'm gonna show you how to do UnitCapture for Infantry and how to stack it so you can play out multiple infantry at once. We're gonna start with recording just one character and then move up to 2 characters. We have to begin with the mission folder. To do this, you have to have TedHO's files for UnitCapture. They are available in the description down below. I'm going to go through every file so you can check them up against yours. For this demonstration, it's important that there is no additional files in this folder. Keep it exactly like it's shown here if you plan to do infantry only. I will show you how it should look like with vehicleCapture later in the video. Start with functions. This folder should contain these files. You do not have to do anything with these files, so we move on to capture. Capture should look like this. You do not have to change anything in here either, just leave it like this. Capture data. In this file we're going to paste all of the recorded animations, movement and fire data. It should look like this before you start recording. I will show you how to paste stuff in here soon. Description. This is not important, just leave it like this. Init. This is what should be in the init, nothing more and nothing less. Play. This is how the play file should look like. Do not change anything in this file either. We can now move on to see how it looks in the editor. Inside the editor, I have placed down a character named player1. The character is set not to player or playable. I have copied this player and named the character man1. This character should not be set to player or playable either. I have placed down 2 triggers. Trigger 1 has the text record. It is activated through radio alpha. It is repeatable. On activation, I have pasted this line. Note that it says player 1, the same as the character I will be using for recording. For trigger 2, it has the text play. It is activated through radio Bravo. It is repeatable. On activation, I have pasted this line. Note that it says man1. This character will perform the recorded capture. When this is all set up, we can go and play the scenario through player 1 and perform the recording. Note that all of the code is in the description. Now that you're in player 1, I want you to go into the radio, press 0 and 0 again until you find play and record. Press record, it should get this pop-up, and now you can begin performing the actions you want to do for this character. It can be moving around, shooting, just basically whatever you want. Once you're done, you're going to press escape twice and you will have this pop-up. It says press F1 to copy the movement data, and now we're going to go back into the mission file. We're going to find capture data. We're going to paste this with Ctrl V into move data. It should look like this. You're going to move down and find fire data. In the space between, you're going to press F2. We're going to move back outside to the file and paste Ctrl V the fire data. We're going to move over to anim data, perform the same action. We're going to go back in the game, press F3. Now we have the animation data. We're going to move back and paste it here. Now you have pasted all of the requirements. You should close and save this file, and we can go back into the mission and start the scenario again from the editor. We're now gonna make man1 perform the captured action. So we're gonna start the scenario again from player 1. can now go back in the radio, press 0, 0 and find play. This should make the man1 perform the captured animations. Alright, if you're gonna stack captures, you're gonna need a new set of files. You have functions, you leave that as it is. Capture, you leave it as it is. For capture data, this is the same that you pasted earlier, but you're gonna need a new file called captureData.2. When you open this, it's gonna look like this. It's the same as previous, but you're gonna add 2 at the end of move, fire, and anim data. This is very important that you do. Just leave it like this. Description is the same. In it, you're gonna add a new line that calls for captureData.2. Play is the same as earlier. Note that it says only move data and fire data. In play 2, you're gonna add 2, so move data 2, fire data 2, anim data 2. This is all that you have to need in order to stack the next character. Now it's set up for 2 characters. I'm now gonna record the fire, anim, and movement data for the secondary character. So we do as we did earlier. I go into the radio, I press 0, 0 when I'm ready. I'm gonna record again. You get the pop-up and you do the actions that you need to do. Once I'm done and happy, I'm going to press escape twice. I'm going to press F1 and copy the movement data over to captureData.2. I'm going to paste it into move data 2, and I'm going to move on to fire data in the space between. F2, weapon fire data, paste that in to fire data 2, go back in the game and get the anim data by F3 and paste that in. You should now have all the necessary recordings for the secondary character. You can go back into the editor. I've copied man 1 and made man 2. That's all you have to do. Man 2 is gonna do the secondary capture. I have added a new line to the play, and it calls for man 2 to perform play 2. By doing it like this, we can now have the play trigger play 2 different characters at the same time. By shown here, go into the radio, press radio and press play. It should perform both captures. Now if you want to add even more characters than this, then you follow the same procedure. You add a new capture data, like capture data 3. You add a new play file, play 3. You add a new character, man 3. And in the trigger for play, you have to add a call for man 3 or man 4 to play 2, play 3, play 4, and so on. If we are going to add vehicles into the mix, you have to add this to the init file, vp1 compile process file vp1.sqf. That means you have to create vp1, that's right here, and inside of vp1 you have to have this line. Make sure it says car1, and I'm gonna jump into the game and I'm gonna show you what you need to add. So here are the characters from before, but in record we're gonna add this line: record car1 spawn UnitCapture. It's available in the description. You press OK, and on the play trigger you have to add something new, and that's record spawn vp1. Once you've added this, you should be ready to go. You just need car1. We place that here. It's just a hunter, and I've placed down an ordinary character to do the recording. just car 1, and I start the scenario from any character. Once I'm in, I go into the hunter and I bring up the radio and I start recording. It starts the capture and I drive around doing whatever I need to do. I can stop here, I'll press escape, and it will only say F1. So I copy the movements and I paste it in here, in between those two. It should look like that, and I save. Alright, now I can go back into the mission, into the editor, and I'll play this from the character I just created. Alright, radio 0 and play. That should start the car, and as well as the other infantry characters. That was quickly how to do UnitCapture and how to stack unit captures and how to add vehicles into the mix. I hope it was helpful, and I hope to see your guys' creations with this. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. I will try and answer you whenever I can. Thanks, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.